Okay. Now, the staff report that you issued back to the council meeting saying there's around 1,000 players. Nobody has, and you said around 75% of them are residents. Nobody has that proof. So I'm going to be making a public request to have that proof, because it is state law that you should have that. But that doesn't give them free reins to use our facilities for free. It only says that they can use it. It may be a discounted deal. Now, first of all, just to let you know, Manny, their liability insurance ran out December 31st, 2014, or January 31st of 2015. Okay? And there is no new policy in place.
I'll respond as soon as you're done, Mr.
Okay, yeah, I want you to do that, because then I won't short my time. And then I got a rate chart from the Park and Rec, and on the Barnes Park, which now we find out they're using it on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. On your sheet here, you show that lights are from $32 to $55. Okay? These people are only paying with your added increase that was done when I was questioning stuff at $17 an hour. That's way below what the very minimum should be. Now, there's no special discount here, says special soccer league discount or anything else, and I don't know who's made that, but this has got to be changed for everybody, not just for soccer league, whether it's nonprofit or not. Being that they make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, this is not the place that we need to be giving out discounts and doing this. Now then, the residents pay $53 to use the field. These guys have anywhere from 50 to 100 kids during the week playing there and taking the field over. Okay? We're not charging them a dime. But if a resident came in there and wanted to take over that field for the day, they'd be paying $53. And I don't know if that's per hour or if that's for the evening, because they're usually there for 2 to 3 hours. Okay? So we need to start revising this and making, because this needs to be made to where we're making income on this. This is a freebie that shouldn't be happening, because the grass, which everybody knows if they've been over to Barnes, is dirt, rocks. That's what kids are playing on. That's what funds could be used for. And I know you said it's a rock quarry and all the other stuff, but there's a way to fix that. And that's what the money is used for that type of deal. And this freebie stuff has got to stop. Now, I have their IRS forms here from their 990s, and they don't contribute one thing to this city. Not one item do they contribute as a charity. Okay? So this is all in their pocket. They claim only $25,000 income, spend $25,000, but they make $6,000 to $7,000 a day, Saturday and Sunday, playing soccer. So things have got to change. And I'm going to keep coming up here, and I'm going to keep complaining till we start getting things on the right track to where we're starting to get an income into our Parks and Rec. There's no reason that one association, other than their politics is what it's playing, should be getting everything free. We should be able to charge them, and they should pay. Other leagues pay. But this special league doesn't pay. That's it? Okay, sorry. Thank you.
Okay, if you could stay up there, Mr. Tuttle. So.
Okay.
Okay. I thought it was 5 minutes. 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes? You know what, Manny? Go ahead, and maybe we can do a little correspondence back and forth then.
I wrote some notes down. Let's see here. Insurance policy. We stay on top of the insurance policy. We've already we already received a new copy several months ago.
No.
Maybe the school districts was.
No, this isn't school district.
I know, but.
I have this from the city.
But, when did you receive that?
I just received that a month ago,
A month ago?
Yeah.
We probably, I'll double check, but
because I talked to Shannon about it too.
yeah, Shannon asked me about it, and I forwarded him an email that Maria sent to Christie a month before. So thank you for giving us a heads up, but we had already asked it. I don't know if they.
Well, you got the thing because I asked for the request.
No, we already had the insurance policy.
Okay,
The new
but this
one.
one's outdated, January 31st,
I think that's the
2000.
one they gave to you. I think they may have got their documents crossed upstairs, but we had it for
So what's it go to?
what's it go to? I think for the whole year. I'll make sure. I'll give you a jingle.
So I
tomorrow.
need a copy of it then,
Okay.
so that we have that.
All right,
Okay.
I'll give it. I'll make sure Christie.
Christie has it, yeah, then I can request
She
it.
already has it.
Huh?
Because I forwarded the email that Maria sent to Christie to Shannon when he asked me about the policy. I said, happy to say we're on top of it.
When did you do that?
Let's see, when you asked for the,
Oh, that was, no, because I asked,
when you asked Shannon, we had already taken care of it several weeks ago.
well, that's two different things. Because Shannon was asked back in December, okay, when they signed the agreement. Then I asked him again in February to get the updated insurance policy in February.
I'll double check, but I'm 99.9% sure we're good.
Okay,
We
so,
have it. But, and I'll have Christie call you
okay,
tomorrow.
well, I got to go up and see her, so I'll do that. Okay, anything else?
If you go up there before 6 o'clock, she should have a current copy.
Okay.
It's not, yeah. She has an electronic version. In terms of the free soccer fields, the soccer league, they only pay us for lights. We treat the soccer league as anyone else. The park is there to utilize. The green space is there. We have one soccer field, one football field, one field of green grass. It's not technically a soccer field. It's not technically a football field. It's just basically we have some grass. We found 4 corners, and we have lights. So that's what it is. But anyone could utilize the field. It is there just like a playground apparatus. It is there. We do charge them a light fee. We charge them 50% of the lights that we utilize, that the light fee is. I don't know. I don't remember what the
Why
light
is it half price?
half price. The mindset is that all the other groups have received some sort of,
What other groups?
all the little leagues.
Little leagues don't play on there.
Well, the little leagues have their own fields provided by the school district, and the city has contributed over the years easily over $100,000, if not more. So since we don't have the infrastructure to really help the soccer group, we thought it was an in-kind contribution of letting them utilize the field and or the lights at a reduced fee.
Only one soccer group. You're not giving everybody a fair chance. If somebody else want to come over there on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, can they kick them off and use it?
Yeah, they
Yes?
can. I have to double check
Yeah,
that.
yes or no?
I don't want to respond off the hip because I need to double check with staff, but.
Because they take the whole field up. So that's not sharing. And the thing is, they're the only ones using it. Okay? Nobody else is using it for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we're not being fair to the rest of the residents, and we are charging residents that want to use our park space to use it, but they're not getting any charge.
We do give discounts.
Well, first, I'd like to see them pay before you get a discount. You can't get a discount unless you pay.
Yes,
And you shouldn't get half price on electric bill. There's no way those big lights only cost us $16 an hour.
I forget how much the hour.
Well, I can tell you right now, I can get Edison down here and figure it out real quick, and it ain't $16 an hour.
For the next commission meeting, I will have a price so everyone knows how much it costs to run lights per hour, because we've talked about this subject in the past. Mike has a contact with Musco Lighting. That's the contractor that installed all of the lighting. So we will check on that. I mean, just for
Okay,
discussion.
and the other thing is people that are coming there to use the park, you know, what is their criteria that they get to use it for free if, say, the Little League wants to come in there and practice on Tuesdays? You're going to allow that?
Well, it's not technical. Barnes Park is a unique park because we're up along the 605 freeway. So if we hit a baseball, there's a small possibility the ball could go over the fence onto the oncoming traffic because it's a baseball. Soccer ball is a little more difficult. We did put up a 25-foot fence to prevent it. From best of my knowledge, we've never had any issues with a soccer ball or football or frisbee going over the fence. I would be leery to say I think a baseball could probably make it over just because.
Well,
Hit the ball.
not playing games, I'm just saying playing, you know, fundamentals.
Yeah,
They-
and-
You know, not playing a game and doing that, but I'm just saying,
Yeah,
they
people-
take the whole field over.
Yeah, people could utilize it. I mean, we need to keep in mind when we say the whole field, it's a small green grass area. We're just very short on
Almost a
green.
football field.
Yeah, it's about 80 yards, Mike, 60 yards.
45, 55 yards by,
Yeah, so it's like a football field.
So,
can be connected to a football field.
Okay.
It is multi-use.
But it's dirt and, you know, the kids don't have, you know, grass to play on there. And the thing is,
I will say that when baseball league, which is, they utilize that for maybe just little, not so much for batting practice, but they, that purpose for running around, you know, just basic fundamentals of baseball.
yeah, but they're not taking over the whole field to where the other people, residents can come in there and use it.
Like Manny alluded earlier, that it is a free spot, and, you know, in all the years that we've been over there, or soccer, fighting for that field. I'm like a mutual, if I'm not mistaken, they say that they're gonna be there, little 4 to 6, whatever the case may be. It's pretty, in that respect, in terms of Barnes Park. I don't know.
sometimes it's
But
the same.
it's just kind of unique that you're selling space in the parks to everybody else, nonprofits, churches to use, and then all of a sudden, these guys get a free ride.
Yeah.
It's not right. And it's not as if they're not making money. This is not something they're doing out of the kindness of their heart and not making any money. So,
So that, and then also you had mentioned verification for
right, the kids,
for the kids. Yeah, we've never asked. That's not part of our policy verification. I believe the school.
but you put it in your staff report to the city council.
I have to read that. I don't. Well, we received that information from them.
You just got told it, but you don't have facts of that.
Yeah, we were told that.
Yes. So we need to see the facts, because this, I'll bet you that they're not 75% of these kids are from Baldwin Park.
So I'll relay that to the city manager and see how the city would like to proceed. Answer the insurance policy. I think that's it. Is there any other questions?
Yeah, and if you can give me the size, because my son's a electrician, if you give me the size of the lights and wattage and stuff, we can figure that out for you.
Okay.
Because he's very well adapt to that type of deal, where we can figure out the electric rate, because that's not even close, putting those big lights on and running them for 2 to 3 hours a night.
And we charge per hour. So
Right, but you're half of what you charge anybody else if they come in there.
yes, and
And why?
I don't think anyone else utilizes our.
But it doesn't matter.
No, I'm just
You know,
saying.
we're trying to save money, and they should at least pay our cost. So that's what we're looking at. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions in regards to that topic?
We have only,
I got some answers, so Little League don't use park. The school.
I agree with you, based on my observations. I agree.
You know, they don't go to Barnes Park. It's like I have a traveling team. Am I allowed to take my traveling team right there and practice?
The unique thing about Little League is you have a home. You have a facility. You have a dugout.
Oh, that's what I mean. They
Have
go
a
to the
pictures.
school grounds.
You
Okay.
have a pitcher's mound.
Okay, but just to practice, throw the ball around and everything, I got 16, 17, 18, and 19-year-old kids, okay? So I can go over there any day and use it at any time.
Yes.
Barnes Park, yes.
Barnes Park, as long as it's safe. I mean, you
Oh,
know,
it's safe, it's safe. It's safer than soccer. I was over there parked, right there, looking at the soccer teams, and they hit my truck around 4 times. 4 times, okay? And a lot of the people that walk on the sidewalk, they'd rather go into the street than not take the sidewalk, okay?
well, that's something we could definitely look into about the
You know,
balls
it's,
flying
you
around
know,
everywhere. Yeah.
You know, and they're, you know, they kick it pretty hard, the kids, you know. And I asked a couple of friends of mine that walk the area, and they told me, no, we'd rather take the street than to walk through there.
Talking about the service road there, the concrete service road? I want to use those.
No, that's on the street, on the sidewalk next to the
Sidewalk
park.
Adjacent.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
well,
where I was parked, and that's, you know,
We'll definitely take a look at that, and we have some cameras out there too. Maybe we could position one of them out there to kind of observe it. We'll definitely look at that.
so we have pending for next month about how much is the cost?
Yes,
That was
I will bring that up back to the
And
commission.
also,
This
how
has
we
enough
gonna
for-
figure it out about the percentage of the kids that
Yeah,
are?
that I need to double check. We've never asked for for that information from anyone before, so that's more of a policy decision. So I'll talk to Shannon, the city chief executive officer, and find out what latitude we have, because I'm not sure in regards to that element. I would need to get direction.
you can ask. Go ahead, Mr. Tuttle.
I just wanted to say one thing, that's part of the soccer league's job when they sign up these the kids, is they have to make sure they're from Baldwin Park or not, because there's 2 different fees also.
Yeah, I don't.
And that's part of their responsibility to know that the kids, and they have to bring a utility bill in. And that's also for a requirement for the use of the schoolyards.
Yeah, that is, from what I understand, that might be the policy for the school district, but that is never, from the best of my knowledge, has never been the policy for the city of Baldwin Park. Mike, you've been here a while. Does that ring a bell? Asking for verification?
And it goes back to that if there was another soccer organization wanted to come in, probably have at each other trying to.
Well, according to the soccer lady, she says there's not just one team, there's around 3 teams. She said organizations,
But that could be easily.
because there's the adults, okay? Then the youth, well, I would say 16, 17, 18-year-olds. Well, she mentioned there was more than one.
Yeah, from my understanding, there is a second league that rents the schools. But that could easily be verified with the school district.
A question.
I would think the school, or the facility, school police, they manage those reservations.
Something that we've talked about several times in our, I'm just wondering, why doesn't Parks and Rec come up with a solution to charge a monthly or yearly or semi-annually fee? Because they are an outside party. It's not a program that Parks and Rec City of Baldwin Park offers. So why not have them pay a fee to you? Because in reality, if they're there, and the public, like her and I, our nephews and nieces, if we go out there, we can't take over the park. They have far more kids out there on the grass, so they're obviously using it on a regular basis, and everyone already knows that, so they stay away. Why can't we just set up some kind of payment, since they are an outside party, to allow them to be there, sure, but that way you're at least covering our maintenance fees, grounds looking. Come up with a solution.
Yeah, I will forward it to, I will talk to Shannon about it. We already have a policy in place. Charge them for lights, don't charge them for utilizing the green space because it's open to anyone. So that's the current policy. It's not to say it can't be changed.
Yeah, because even though it is open to everyone, obviously they do take it over. We all know, Wednesday, Thursdays, we know they will be out there with several kids. So there's no way a family can
Over
say, oh,
100.
we're gonna go play soccer today, or we're gonna have an activity there. Because they'll be there, and we know that.
Let's help offset this.
The maintenance of that area. I mean, we wouldn't ask an excessive fee, just something to, they are using it. They are not a park and rec city of Baldwin Park. Have to pay besides the, like, you know, the
Very good. Else?
We'll bring it up for the next meeting, you know.
Well, we could talk about it, but this is not the body that approves. It would
No,
be-
we understand. Could you can get us a written thing from Shannon, what the policy is for the city.
Oh, yes, I could check with Shannon and see how he would want to proceed.
Okay, because Shannon comes from West Covina. In West Covina, you do have to electrical bill, gas bill, whatever.
I don't know.
Well, I do.
Okay.
I do. Okay.
'Cause I hear a lot of,
I do my walking around and
I hear a lot of statements that are being made, and I'm a little concerned that those statements, people are believing that they're completely accurate. I'm not.
oh, not that accurate.
I'm not sure. That's my. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I'm not sure everything being said is 100% accurate.
Mr. Taro?
One other thing, if it's a policy in the city, it should be written so that we could all have a copy of it at the next meeting.
And I will talk to Shannon. I can't guarantee that we'll have anything by the next meeting, but this is definitely a complicated item, so we will continue to work on it.
It's a whole month before we meet again. You mean tell me you can't get some within the whole month?
I will let you know, Mr. Rios.
Okay.
I just have something to say. Isn't the bottom line what the city council is?
Yes.
And so, I mean, I don't know how we can change that.
Well, your role is not to change it. Your role is to
Bring the concerns.
give me or share with me your concerns, and then I go ahead and figure them out with staff, share with the city manager as well as the city council.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, thank you.
Go to the next. I think we're ready, no, to move on. Mhm. Officer committee.
Okay, the Baldwin Park now, I'm going to briefly talk about the bids, and then April will go ahead and share with you the beautiful Baldwin Park now. We went ahead and circulated an RFP, which is a request for proposals, and we are in the process of evaluating the RFPs, which are all of the vendors. They're giving us their prices in terms of what it would cost to print the Baldwin Park now on a monthly basis, bi-monthly, quarterly, and so on. We even have a few different options in terms of paper. We have the high gloss that we have right now, and then we have some additional options for the newspaper quality, what we did about 10 years ago maybe, with color. So we have a few different options. I'm happy to say it appears, and this is tentative, it appears that we will be saving at least $1,000 every time we go to print on the current edition. So, I mean, is it a lot of money? Well, if we print 6 times a year, we're going to be saving $6,000. To me, that's a lot of money. Yeah, maybe we could fix our football, our soccer fields. But yeah, it seems like the bids are coming back very competitive. So what we are going to do is we're going to put everything on a spreadsheet, and we will present it to City Council to figure out if they would like to go with which kind of paper quality. Current paper quality, maybe the newspaper print, and maybe increase the times of the frequency. So rather than 4 times a year, we do it 6 times a year. I had a meeting today with the Baldwin Park Unified School District, and they seem somewhat interested in joining the Baldwin Park Now on a consistent basis. So for those of you that remember a decade ago, the Baldwin Park Unified School District, as well as the Chamber of Commerce and the City of Baldwin Park, we coordinated the Baldwin Park Now together. So it was 3 agencies splitting the cost, and the actual editors were Baldwin Park Unified School District. So they no longer have that luxury of having that staff member there, which was a PIO, Public Information Officer. But they seem somewhat interested. So that's going to be another conversation, and I'm going to need to receive some direction from the City Council in regards to that. So it's looking favorable in terms of saving some money for the Baldwin Park Now. And we'll be presenting that to the council. We are hoping, knock on wood, at the next council meeting, which is not this Wednesday, the following one, March 18th, I believe, the March 18th City Council. So if you don't have any questions in regards to those inner workings, I'll pass it over to April, and she will share with you the beautiful Baldwin Park Now that she's been working on.
The copy of the latest now, sorry, that will be mailed tomorrow. And I wanted to bring you originals, but they didn't make it in today. This issue was, 4 pages were sold, advertisements sold by the Baldwin Park Business Association. So that was something different on this issue of the Now. And this one has the Arbor Day event information on the last page, the back. And inside there's a lot of good articles. Front page has the Caltrans update on the bridge and other items on how to contact them for any questions or information. Inside we have some articles from the school district and Mount SAC. A lot of good tips from other departments. But this one should be mailed tomorrow, no later than Wednesday. If you ever know of any businesses that want to advertise or any work good with the school district, where we will provide their information for free. But any other business, contact me. Remember that accommodate them as best as possible.
I can only,
No.
We've had dentists in Rosemead.
With
in
Covina.
our past edition. Now, a lot of real estate agents like to get.
So you can ask Mr. Taro for business. He's gone. But
Did April, I'm sorry, did you mention about the 4 pages of?
Yes,
Okay.
the Baldwin Park Business Association.
Yeah, so we're hoping that might be a permanent item that the association would like to purchase some pages. And once again, that's the savings to the city, so we can maybe increase it from 4 to 6. I'd be very leery to say I would like to print 12 times a year because hidden cost in there is staff time. Do we have the time to print, to create a publication 12 times? I think it's safe to say we could do it 6 times a year, and I think that's pretty comfortable. I think anything beyond that, we're stretching ourselves pretty thin.
that's good. Very good.
to put advertisement?
You can contact myself on one of this page right here, page 13. The phone number is on the top. Or you can email me.
A new one, no? This month. It's a new one, huh?
Yes, that
It's
one,
a-
it's barely getting mailed tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Oh,
It
tomorrow.
was supposed to go out on Saturday, but they had a problem.
And the another was, how many months already? The another. I put something for
The
that,
next
so-
one will come
Uh-huh.
out for the summer in June.
Remember?
So this one covers March, April, and May. It's our spring. And then the next one will come out in June with our recreation guide, with all the programs that.
And because the kids get out so early, we're hoping to make it the third week of May. Just because the kids are out of school by the end of May. Baldwin Park.
So she put something here for the school, como scholarship, everything, information. I,
You can just email me, and
After,
yeah, we'll go
okay.
ahead and put that information.
yeah, because I have information for a lot of scholarship for kid there, for the city. That's it.
A lot of the schools, like the secretaries, they'll know if they want to put a fundraiser in there, they'll email me and we'll try to fit it. And they're pretty good about sending, the on time.
That's good. You working very, very hard. No, still.
Thank you very much. Any questions, comments?
Wonderful, very
Thank
Very
you.
nice.
Thank you. And it's available online.
Yes, it is available
So
online as well.
It's been available in the last 2 weeks. Great job, April, and your staff members. Special events update, I added this to the agenda, and I was hoping that we were going to have some more information. The city council had inquired about bringing back some of the special events. So I presented those special events to the city council, and they wanted more time to analyze the information. We were proposing adding 3 additional concerts. We're also recommending 7 street markets and the 4th of July. We're proposing those items because City Council had expressed a desire to bring those back. So, and then phase 2 was the other events, which was the parade, the Halloween event, the Easter event. There may have been one other. Easter? Easter. Those were next fiscal year, so those could wait as part of the budget process, which is in June-ish. But the city council decided and directed me to come back in the first meeting, which I believe is April 4th, on that Wednesday, to present once again to the city council. They are in the process of finalizing all the negotiations with all the different associations within Baldwin Park, Police Department, SCIU, administration, and everyone else. So they wanted to make sure those were taken care of before. I will hopefully have something in the next meeting or two to present back in regards to special events. The unique thing about the street market is that we do have a dedicated funding source. The BID, Business Improvement District, so there are some funds to be utilized where it's not going to compromise the city. The other ones would come out of the general fund. But it's up to the council's discretion, so I just wanted to share with the commission that the council is thinking about bringing back some of the special events.
So I have a question. So in regards to 4th of July, they're talking over in regards to bringing back the fireworks
Yes.
program? Oh,
Yes.
Fireworks show, okay.
It is, I would
Yeah.
love to have it back,
Yeah.
but it's probably the most expensive event. So I would probably recommend let's hold off this year and let's see if we could do it next year. That's an option. Or maybe not have it on the 4th and maybe have it on the 3rd. There is a significant discount with the firework company, probably 30 to 40%. We could probably get that type of discount if we do not have it on the 4th.
And what kind of fees were we paying in the past when we would have that event?
The fireworks show alone is $18,000.
Yeah, it's expensive.
That's not including what we'd pay for extra police activity?
Oh, no, it could go up to $43,000.
Yeah.
With entertainment, police personnel, and all the other associated costs.
So we're talking around 25 total,
25,000?
yeah.
Maybe
With,
20.
Oh, they say
police
40.
and
Oh, no, about 43,000.
40.
43,000?
Yeah.
Yes, about 43,000.
And Manny, what happened to the parade? The
The
parade,
parade
here?
is on the list as well.
How many years you have the city, remember? Last parade, this year?
We had it, we haven't had the parade in about 3 years, Mike?
For the
08?
celebration, 8,
Or 10?
the 10 year?
Yeah, it's
Wow,
been
5 already?
it's been a
Yeah, but,
handful of years.
Yeah, because I remember the celebration, how people
Yeah,
come in the city, that it's nice.
It's a beautiful event.
This is an event that it's like the city because everybody coming here and they one party, a lot of business,
Yes.
everything. In the school, a lot of
My
bands
concern with the parade is that we need time to get the word out to all the high schools and all the bands,
Oh,
because
yes.
they're the ones that all of the bands are in it, and then we put filler groups in between the bands, because you can't have a band back to back, because the sound muffles each other, and they compete for points, and it's very detailed. So we need time to make sure the parade's successful. So I would recommend, rather than doing it this year, that they give us an opportunity, and to maybe even explore a date change. Because since we gave up our first Saturday in November, other parades may have popped up because we weren't in the show anymore. So I know Councilmember Vaca mentioned she would like to see a Christmas parade.
Yes.
So that might
Nice.
really. So that might be an option. It is the anniversary parade, so we don't necessarily need to have it in November. Our birthday is right there, January 25th.
Yeah.
So we could have it in December and still be fine. Just. Oh, please have it. Okay. Yes,
Cold.
that's the problem in December.
The
Rain.
last parade is a 10 year?
We haven't had it. Mike's thinking since 08.
How many years? 10 years? I don't remember
10?
last time.
2010?
Okay.
My God. She
Okay.
passed fast.
It's been a few years that we haven't had it. But okay, just wanted to share that with you. Okay. And then in regards to Walnut Creek Nature Park, I just wanted to give you a brief update. This is a long project. We presented the conceptual plan to the city council. A lot of discussion about the project, but it was approved. So now we're at the point where we are still looking for funders to help fund the project. We have about $400,000. It is a lot of money, but in construction talk, it isn't that much money. The project estimate is a little bit over $3 million. So it is, we are still looking for additional funds. Monica has done a wonderful job securing grants, and she has a grant out right now with
Land and Water Conservation. Going to be for out until all of this federally funded. The state of California actually they have to communicate in the federal, so it does take time for the federal government to give response. So it is a long, drawn-out process, but hopefully by the end of regarding the land and water conservation. It's what it actually, and a lot of times funders want to, how ready are you with this project? By having a consent, wow, the city has invested project, see that we're not, oh, well, we'd like to have this park and we want to add this conceptual design, actually and it gives us a better argument to say we really just, and a lot of the grants are competitive and not an easy process. It's a process and we are looking at funding for at the council that it's not going to happen overnight. It will be a phased project, and it's a matter of finding that money. And so, land and water conservation, were to receive that funding, would be part of that first structural. And make the flooring ADA compliant. Are some of the fascia boards that is rotting out, and so that funding. This would be, and it does become not a lot of money for specific structures, more money for landscape, adding the bioswales. Structural, it is in a unique that particular grant. And there could be other grants that come down the road from the state. Now, fire is one department. Caltrans maybe there. We just have.
Very good. And Monica hit the nail on top of the head. We are shopping around looking for funds. Please keep in mind, just a few years ago, all we had was an idea. And we had a big list of things we wanted. Fast forward 18 months later, we have close to $500,000, and now we have a conceptual idea from a professional architectural firm approved by the City Council, which represents public input. So I think we're in pretty good shape. I know we get excited and we want to build it today, if not by tomorrow, but it is going to take a few years. Definitely take a few years. Else? Any other questions in regards to that item? Okay. Do you have anything else on that? That was actually Monica's topic, and I kind of
That's okay.
and I kind of chatted about it.
We did that.
Yes. Okay. Very good.
When it will be the next meet? What is our next step with the engineers?
Yes, what
person?
would need to happen is the next phase would be construction docs. And construction docs are detailed specifications. We're looking to do docs only because there's estimates that are involved, types of equipment that needs stated in the construction docs. It's going to be for the. We are going to be following up with the current consultant on docs will cost. There's also going to be surveys that will also need to be well. The surveys is boundaries, soil, topography of the park itself, so that's going to be money. And we want to make sure those documents are as precise as possible, not just an estimate. It's they need to that's going to be as well as getting the amounts, and those can be done but it's just the construction docs would be.
And probably, in my opinion, the most difficult element of this project is all of the funding comes with strings attached, in the sense of there's restrictions with the funding. So some of that funding, we are mandated to build A, B, C, D, E. So if we don't agree with that, or we think the sequence is not correct, Monica will need to go back to the agency that we have a grant with to see if we could get it modified, because if we do something with the monies that we have for phase one, when we implement phase two, we don't want to disturb anything. So it's very difficult, and I'll use the example, if you want to put new tile in your restroom and you want to remodel it, and that's phase one. Then phase two is, oh boy, I should have put a hot mop under that shower, and I should have probably changed the plumbing. Well, that would be phase two. Now you're going to open up all the tile and disturb it, or you're going to open up the drywall behind the tile. So we have to plan it correctly, because it is very difficult. And so that's something that we have to really work with the architect, because that is probably leaving our expertise a little bit. So we'll have to rely on the architect and the construction documents and everyone else involved. And at this point, we will incorporate our Public Works Department, because they are the experts in terms of engineering and contract management and all those particulars.
So what would be part one, the first phase?
As soon as we find out, I have a feeling it's going to be infrastructure, probably irrigation, possibly underneath the park.
It'd be a little bit of landscaping, also the walking trail.
There's things, yes.
Yeah, the walking trail.
Fencing, security, lighting. We have to talk to our consultant and find out. We were talking last week about it, and we were saying, boy, it'd be great if we were funded close to $500,000 with this grant that we have waiting, because that's primarily for the structure. We could take care of the structure and go out, rather than taking care of the landscape and then, oops, we need to bring a big truck in to work on
Damaged
the
everything.
structure. We're going to squash everything.
Yeah.
So,
And the other thing too about these grants is they also, and what I mean by sunset is that there's a certain time that you have and utilize this funding. And so that's something that if there's particular, got to use it, want to keep
yes.
and fall and utilize, indicate the scope that was filled out of the scope that we told the state. So those are things that we have to, we can hold on to the money only.
Yeah, we have close to $250,000, and it sunsets at the end of next year, right? So we have 12 plus 8 months. We have 20 months left to spend the money. So we're hoping to start construction to do something by the end of the year, if not sooner.
So we're gonna start with the outside, not the building itself.
Unless we get funding for that. That's all if. That's if. Is if we get funding for building the structure itself from the land and water conservation, then we'll be able to start. But if we don't get the funding, then that meets the criteria for a lot of these grants will tell you this is landscape or sustainable practices. And then this land and water came up and it allowed for the structure because it wouldn't be able to be used. But because it's an open area, then it qualified under the matter of finding those that our park will fit that criteria.
So as you can see, it's a very complicated process, and we're trying to navigate through it. But thank you, Ron. Any other questions, comments? If not, Mike Salas will go ahead and give an update.
Madam Chair and the rest of the commissions. I did put a report together. It's pretty self-explanatory. I know that one of the first topics is the wrestling program, which I already talked about last month. I wish we had it last year. Last month, so you can go ahead and read up on it. I would like to thank Commissioner Rios. He went ahead and brought in an article from the San Gabriel Valley Examiner, and he went ahead and brought it to our attention regarding the program and what the goals and objectives were for the wrestling program. So they put together a really nice article.
Arceli?
Arceli, excuse me. Arceli went ahead and helped with that article. The Pasadena News went ahead and took some pictures of the event. Although we didn't have a picture or a photo in this report, the article pretty much describes on how the program was, and it went well. That was one of the items. The other item that I'd like to really discuss is the before and after school care. This year we started over at Tracy. Now we have it at Vineland. Now we're looking to go ahead and open up at Foster and Walnut, and eventually get it back to what it was several years ago with 13 different sites. Schools have their Theme Together program, but also their programming and philosophy is a little different than our before and after school care. So hopefully, more and more parents are asking for the before and after school care.
Right.
Those that were not involved several years ago, now they want something of our philosophy, our programming. So I'm working on getting that to little by little, and it's going to take time because it incurs some cost for the families, as opposed to the thing whether it's free.
Yeah.
The other item is the spring day camp. It's a week-long spring day camp from the April 6th through the 10th. And obviously, we keep the kids all week long. So hopefully, get the numbers that we need. And I mean enrollment, because if we don't have the enrollment, then we'd have to go ahead and postpone it or cancel it. But our magic number is usually having a group of kids works for us in terms of being self-sufficient. The other item that's on the packet is the before and after school care. We talked about that. Of course, the wrestling. So, if you have any questions, I will tell you this on the before and after school care. If you noticed that last year's Tracy enrollment was 14. 2014, it was 14. Now it's moved up to 8. 8 more. Now, you may not think that 8 is a lot, but when we're talking about watching 14 kids and 22 kids day after day after day, it's a big task. And so little by little, those numbers are growing. Of course, we didn't have violin last year, and we have violin this year. So little by little, before and after school care is growing in itself. Popularity of that program is coming back.
Mike, doesn't the school already provide that after school program in all schools?
The Think Together program is what I mentioned before. Years ago, I would say 6 years ago, they came in with that Think Together program. And their philosophy is a little different. Ours is more of a one-on-one.
Like a Think Together.
Theirs is a bigger group. Nothing wrong with that. Just that families want that one-on-one relationship, that one-on-one homework, one-on-one interaction with the staff, with the kids, and they're willing to go ahead and pay the $58.
And I think, if I can interject, Mike, I think it's something to be said. You have a free program, Think Together, and you have the city's program. And we are serving kids in the community, and the parents are choosing to pay those fees because they feel strongly that our program meets their needs.
The biggest thing is that we are open from 6 a.m.
That's what I was going to ask.
And then from school dismissal to, remember, they all have half days on Wednesdays. There you go, from 1:30 to 6 o'clock. Also, the days like the recent one that we had President's Day, we were closed, but on Martin Luther King, we had a facility, Morgan Park, where they could bring in their kids. It's like a little mini day camp. They would come and drop them off. It was optional. They didn't have to, but most did. Most went ahead and took advantage of that one day. And it wasn't an extra charge. Not charge an extra. And so those little perks, those issues or things that families they get into Think Together, they come to us. So getting back to what it is.
Because the Think Together is only after school.
It's only after school.
And they have to stay there 3
I was
hours.
just going to say that. They have their
You can't pick them up early,
They have their own policy.
and I didn't like it.
And see, that's why a lot of our kids are in athletics,
Yeah.
extracurricular activities, dance, judo, taekwondo, soccer, little league.
All right.
And they like it when it's little league because all they do is just get dressed and they go onto the baseball field. Like violin is Eastside Little League. And so, like I said, little by little, it's coming back to what it. I tip my hats to the staff. They like the second surrogate parents to those. So, have any other questions? Yeah, Mr. Real, thank you for bringing in that article.
No problem.
Came by the very next day. It came by and says, "I got something for you." Oh my God, what does he want?
There he is again.
Tell him what you like. It's only 2:30 in the morning.
Together, Mr.
I'm out in the field, right?
Give him the store, huh?
Mr. Reels and I go way back when I was in Public Works. And there was always issues going on with the Walnut Creek Park. And so we have a relationship going, a very special relationship going. So I'm glad that he's on the commission as well.
Mike, I just wanted to thank you for the
thank
update
you.
on this
Yeah.
program, and I think it's a great program. It'd be great if we can offer it in more elementary schools and let more residents know about it. I think
Yeah.
it would grow if more residents were aware of it. I mean, there's a lot of parents that need this help.
Getty's was one that I thought that we had, it was a very strong program back in the day, and I thought that was a program that was gonna, but cost is, at Getty's, for whatever reason, maybe the demographics, and I think they, and the other thing too is the principals have to find a facility for a lot of things that need to be taken into
Yeah,
consideration.
some nice.
But, again, all the 13 elementary are willing to be able to help us out if we can get the. Oh, yeah, we are going to go ahead and continue to publicize and
Awesome.
get the note out.
Great.
Thank you for your attention.
Thank you,
Oh,
Mike.
thank you.
Thank you,
You're
Mike.
working hard, Mike.
Okay, this is all we have on the agenda.
Now you- Did the commissioners?
Okay.
Any comments before we adjourn?
And,
You might, Kenny. You-
I was corrected. There is a facility maintenance update, and I'd just like to share with the commission my apologies. Just want to share some news with you as you are the commission. I'm trying to do my best to try to share with you all the different dynamics of what's going on within the city. Facility maintenance, that is a division within the city that the Department of Recreation and Community Services has taken on the responsibility to supervise that element for an interim, for a temporary basis. The city manager is still evaluating which department it would be best in. If I could refresh the council's memory, the Department of Recreation and Community Services supervised that division for approximately 7 years, as well as the city's fleet. Approximately 14 months ago, those two divisions were put back in Public Works. But recently, the CEO and the Public Works Director thought it would be best for facilities, which is all the janitorial, electrical, plumbing, cleaning, etc., would be best if it was supervised by the Recreation and Community Services Department. So we have accepted the challenge to assist the city, and I will share with you when the city manager makes a final determination in terms of which department it is going to stay in. But it is not uncommon for the department to accept additional responsibilities. We are always open to assist the city in any way, shape, or form. If you see a dirty restroom or if you see anything that does not look ordinary, let me know, and we will get on it right away. We took over effective this past Monday, so a week ago. So we've already had staff members working almost 24 hours a day, checking on things, becoming familiar with items and everything else. We are well on our way.
Now, is this the department that will also take care of, because I had, in my neighborhood, there was an issue with the boxes that were set up in parking lots for donations. Are they also going to be taking care of that?
That is actually code enforcement in collaboration with the police department and Public Works. They have something that they're working out, and from what I gather, it's not my department. From what I gather, they're going to tag it and then give like a 3-day notice and remove it, from what I gather. If it's on some properties, say you own a market and someone put it in your parking lot and you don't want it, the city will take it immediately. So that's what I gather. So it came up at a meeting or 2 meetings ago, so the city is addressing it. It is a nuisance in some areas.
I can interject. Waste management has, go ahead and call, go ahead and tag it. Problem with it is sometimes you don't have the resources or the manpower to pick it up 48 hours. So sometimes it does stay out there a long time.
But I think you're talking about the container that accepts clothing.
Yes,
Yeah.
the one for
Those
donations.
Yes.
Those have popped up everywhere.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's something.
Totally, okay.
So the other one, I used to,
Yeah,
yeah, that's another issue.
someone puts the
Okay.
couch on the curb and it's not mine.
Nobody knows.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'll call up Dan and they'll pick it up within 24 hours.
Yes.
You know, he's very good at that, you know.
You could call me too, not for that, but you could call me too.
Oh, I do call you.
Manny, I have one question. What happened to student commission? You're not
Student
information.
commissioner, we chatted a little bit about that earlier. The city clerk is working with the 3 high schools. So we're hoping, we're in March right now, so we're hoping to have the 3 kids on by June. So we'll have them all of summer and all of their senior year. And then as soon as they graduate, we're hoping to attract an 11th grader. So we have them through 11th and 12th grade.
Okay. Yeah, porque it's a lot of, I see this for a long time, and now it's not coming. the commission.
Vacant, yes.
Yeah. And I have another question.
Okay.
Who's going, or I don't know, if the city going, remember the program CAPRC, remember? The award, the park? The
Oh, the CPRS?
Yeah, this is in March, no?
Yes, it is in March. Unfortunately, none of us
Nobody
are
going.
going. We don't have the resources to
And
go.
this-
Next year, it is local, so we will look at that a little bit closer.
And
And for everyone's knowledge, CPRS is California Parks and Recreation
Yeah.
Society. It's a professional organization.
And this time no play for nothing award and nothing?
No, we applied for several awards, but they didn't get it right.
I
They
remember.
They didn't select us.
Oh, my God.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes.
Yes, I know, because I remember.
So
good
next year,
comments.
hopefully.
Okay, maybe next year we'll see one award.
So basically, we're going to look at the agenda for next month for the recommendation from Shannon and the soccer league and stuff like that.
Yes.
Registrations. And the reason I'm questioning this because I went to West Covina and Covina. I talked to their presidents. They told me they have to have at least a 75% kids from that area. And one of the things I investigated too was that some of the kids that are coming over here, they're from El Monte, Rosemead, Los Angeles, Bassett. They're coming from. No, I know.
Say that Junior All-American and Pop Warner wants to use and or that area where the marquee is at.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, I understand, you know.
We'll take a look at it.
Yeah, because it does. A lot of the residents are questioning why. And it's something that I'll report back to the residents in my area and tell them, you know, this is where we're going.
Very good. Thank you.
We'll put it in the agenda for next time and
Anybody else? Okay.
Well, I just want to apologize. I completely forgot last month. I just forgot it. I didn't receive
okay.
the paperwork, and so I was like,
No problem.
this month I was like checking every day. to be here.
And also, Mike, about you contact my DA, and it's a big plan about provide services to the community for like a kind of provide volunteers to Morgan Park to give physicals.
Yes, do you have a contact number for them? I know we have worked with folks at Kaiser. We're working right now with a doctor, pediatric.
Dr. Rewards.
Maybe.
Robert
Yes,
Rewards.
I should have probably added this to the agenda. We're collaborating with Kaiser for a educational class for childhood obesity.
Yes.
So I'll add that to the agenda next time too. It's going to be a very good program, and once again, it's leveraging our resources with Kaiser. They're bringing in the doctors and the professional staff, and we will provide the facility and the recreation leaders to lead the games for the kids, so the parents could hear how to change the environment for the parents. I mean, for the children, because
Whole family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to thank you for all your people do,
thank you.
and a great job.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, good night. So meeting adjourned.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone. Stay dry.
Thank you. Good. Yeah.